In today's Eye on Lifestyle, as kids hit the classrooms, parents might be feeling some apprehension with so many unknowns this year. Last week, we shared how to help our kids adjust, but this week, Nikki Karnowski from Metamorphosis Coaching, Consulting, and Training is joining us to share some tips for parents to make the school year more successful. Good morning, Nikki. How are you?
Good morning, Jenna. I think parents are kind of having that hopeful expectation of what this year can bring, and yet feeling the stress of some of the knowns and just coming off of COVID. So, some of the things that can help are just having some consistent routines. So consistent routines in the morning, consistent routine in the bedtime, and not just flying by the seat of your pants.
Absolutely. I know it's always helpful to have predictable schedules and routines because it takes that guessing work out of things.
Yeah, it really does bring order to things. And another tip to plan is really to get kids, allowing extra time to get kids at bedtime, allowing a little extra time in the morning. Sometimes we can tend to, I think, get up and oh, we're late and we're running behind, and then that just kind of sets the trajectory of the day. So I think allowing a little extra time for things in the morning to get to school, that we can just be patient with one another.
That's something I definitely have to keep in mind for myself as well, not even as a parent or as a student,
I think we all
just as a person. Yeah. I think that's a great reminder. Is there anything else that parents can do for themselves?
Well, I think especially during this time back to school that we're finding something to do that brings us some peace, that brings us some joy, and that fills our cup. It's so important to do that one thing each day that will fill yourself up, because if we're not fueled, we're not going to have that energy, that patience to give to our kids, or a significant other, or even at the workplace. So really taking that time to do something that will help us to refuel.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's such a good tip. All of these are applicable not just for parents and students, but even for people who have just a lot on their plate now, heading back to work since the pandemic. So try and keep all that in mind, and we'll take care of ourselves and of each other. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, Nikki.
Thanks, Jenna.
We'll see you next week, and we'll be right back after a quick break.